Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Monday, March the 15th market update. On the economic front, the Treasury International Capital data showed foreign investments into long-term U.S. securities for January slowed to 19.1 billion compared to 63.3 billion in December. Industrial production was up slightly to 0.1%. Consensus was for 0%. Capacity utilization came in at 72.7%. Consensus was for 72.4%. The housing market index fell 2 points to 15. So on deck for tomorrow, we will have the monthly housing starts and the FOMC meeting minutes. Dollar and gold were up. Silver, copper, and oil were down. Light sweet crude futures were down $1.44 today to settle at $79.80 a barrel. We'll take a look at the West Texas Intermediate Crude Point and Figure chart. So we have come down here, and now we're down in this area. So really can't tell where we're going from here per the MACD and stuff that I was looking at. It's kind of like the rest of the market. It's just kind of not really showing its hand very well right now. Let's see. Let's take a look at the dollar. So the dollar, the MACD is still going down, and like I said, you can't really tell here. We're just stuck. We're stuck right here. You know, we did kind of bounce up off this trend line here, and then the dollar, you know, kind of pulled back here a little bit. So, you know, we're below the 30-day moving average on the dollars on the UUP anyway, the ETF. So we'll see where we go from here, if it's lower or higher. We did have pretty good selling here, and we didn't have a whole lot of buying today. So let's take a look at the Dow. So the Dow closed up 17 points to 10,642. S&P closed flat again today at 1,150, and the Nasdaq closed down 5 points to 2362, and the Russell closed down 2 points to 674. Dow had the larger percent gain again today, up 0.16%, and the Russell was the weakest, down 0.32%. So we still can't really, you know, the MACD's looking okay. The market just seems to want to go higher no matter what. I mean, it did try to sell down here a little bit today, and you know the Dow's holding this 10,600 ever since we printed here for the last couple of days. So it seems like that at least in the very short term is just wanting to go higher. We still have the same target to take this out, and you know, it looks good. I was looking at 60-minute. I really don't see anything any different from here. News may be probably the big factor here. Is, you know, some kind of headline risk over the next couple of days. It's going to either we'll take that out or we'll pull back. So that's all we really can tell from here. Let's look at the XLF. XLF come down here, and we're touching this support area on the XLF. Let's look at gold. Gold's another thing, you know, we've come down here and we're still holding right around this area. The MACD isn't, you know, everything's just kind of, you know, sideways, not really going anywhere, but it looks okay. It doesn't look like it's falling apart. Same with silver. Went over here, and now we're just kind of still hanging around in here. Everything's just kind of waiting for something to happen, some news to come out. The VIX came off its highs and pulled back today. So, you know, still have no big moves in the VIX or anything. The MACD is turned up just slightly. Let's go take a look at the sectors. 9 of 16 sectors of follow finished in the green today. The biotech index had the largest percent gain, up 0.93%. Internet index was the weakest, down 2.21%. And of course, if you look at Google, was the main impact there on the internet index. So let's go to ChartWatch. Most of these are off of the weekend watch list, which I'll actually show you here in a minute. But this Blue Coat Systems is looking really good. Nice bull flag here. Lots of volume coming in today, and it actually come off its highs, is up 52 cents. So it looks good. Watch this Dick's Sporting Goods. It's a nice ascending triangle, and it looks like it's getting ready to take it out. Take out the highs here, so you could buy it if it takes out this high right here at about 26.025, 26.30. Celgene, still nice tight consolidation, so watch for a breakout here. First American. I like this chart. Looks like it's got a kind of a head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders here. Tons of volume coming in First American Corp. So keep an eye on this one. Nucor holding up really well today. Tight consolidation. So keep an eye on Nucor. A lot of these trucking companies, this looks good. Old Dominion held up really well today. So watch that one. Oshkosh, watch it break out of this triangle or break down if the market rolls over here the next day or two. Merck broke out today of this triangle I talked about on the watch list over the weekend. Keep an eye on the FedEx. It does have it's got some resistance here, but it's kind of got a little head and a little shoulder head thing, little thing going on here. So, but just watch it take out the previous high. I think it does have earnings coming up though too, but FedEx is looking pretty good for some higher prices. CVault, Commvault Systems, CVault, CVLT, Commvault Systems. MACD's looking good, so it's just kind of sitting here waiting to go higher. NVIDIA holding up real well, sitting right on the back of that trend line. Assured Guarantee still held the backside of this trend line. Had tons of volume when it broke out here, so keep this one on your list. I like this. Especially if oil turns and goes higher, I like this Canadian Solar. It had a nice breakout here out of this falling kind of a wedge pattern, and it's holding up pretty well. So if you're going to play a solar, that would be it. American Tower, watch it in this triangle. If the home builders hold up here, this toll's sitting right on the back side of its downtrend line, and it did actually sell into it today, but it held up. So I like toll and I like Ryland. If they hold up, Ryland is right near to break out again higher, and it's holding that support line around the 24. UPL. UPL actually is kind of in a descending triangle, but it's had tons of volume of late. The MACD is looking good. It's tested the backside of this trend line. So as long as it holds this 47, it should get at least back up to 51. Still like Caterpillar. Caterpillar come down and touched all the way back down here to this uptrend line, and then they held it above the support of its downtrend line. Pretty bullish. IBM. Nice here right on the back of the trend line, holding up well. Dell. Been talking about Dell. I think Dell's just getting ready to break out of his downtrend line. It's one of these nice tight consolidations, so keep an eye on Dell. Laboratory Corp. Nice volume today. Actually broke out just right above out of the triangle, so that one's looking pretty good. Rhino, again, on one of the watch list stocks, come out of this bull flag. Broke out actually on Friday, went higher today. It was kind of all over the place. You have to be kind of patient to play it because it moves around a lot during the day. Here's the watch list if you didn't see it. So there's the one. Most of these are still good plays. A couple of these I don't like the charts anymore that much, but most of these are still looking really good. Let's go look at the McClellan. This kind of consolidating tight market has pulled us way out. We're still, we're just barely, we're still in the overbought, but not very overbought at all at 30. So we could actually go pretty much either way here. We could turn right back up, or we could go down. So it's looking pretty good. Let's go to the current market signals. Only change here today is actually NASDAQ's price objective did increase a little higher, so now it's 2,720. All on buy. Of course, they're all looking really good. We can go over here and look at the NASDAQ's point figure. This thing has just been flying higher. And of course, the SPX, we're just stuck. We're just stuck right here on this double. It's a double top, but break out higher, or lower. And right now we're holding fine. I'm thinking we're going to break to the upside. I just don't know how much up. Once we break out, I'm not sure how much up there is. So that's really it for today. Thanks for watching. It's InvestSharp's daily market analysis.